Vibrant friends. It's Vic with Vibrant with Vic, and I'm really excited to be here to share in your yoga practice with you today. How are you all? We have an upcoming, if you're watching this live, an upcoming full moon and lunar eclipse this weekend. So really excited about that. Sunday night into Monday morning. So today we're going to be talking about letting go in our practice. And if you're new to me, I'm Vic with Vibrant with Vic. And I'm so excited to be here with Virtual Veg Fest Live. Check out their website. They have monthly contests. Also, VegKey is our sponsor this month, so please check them out too. Giving them a shout out. And check out on the banner below, you can see all that information as well as information about my website, vibrantwithvic.com. Please check me out. I offer individual and group classes on Zoom, in person, here in the Tidewater, Coastal Virginia area and the Raleigh area. So I would love to see you. Just reach out to me anytime. So here at Vibrant with Vic, we think about tending to the three parts of our body. Our physical body, we can think of that being sort of located here in our gut, our intuition. We have our emotional body here in our heart space, our feelings. And up here we have our mental body, our wise mind, if we can get behind all of that chatter. So we're going to work on all three today, moving that physical body around and listening to our intuition and grounding here. We're going to think about our feelings. If we have any feelings as we go through this practice, just knowing that emotions are just energy in motion. We try to suppress them, but just letting them flow up and out in safe spaces can really help with that release, that letting go. And lastly, tending to the mental body up here, right? Psychology tells us we have thousands upon thousands of thoughts each day, and most of those don't serve us. And here at Vibrant with Vic, we like to combine these psychological principles with our movements in yoga to tend to that mental body, to get behind all of that mental chatter that goes on in our lives all the time, and to see what our wise mind is telling us to get more peace, serenity, and calm in the other parts of our body as well. So let's get started. Let's make any intuitive movements that feel good to you. You can be wherever to do this practice. We'll be on a chair and standing today. So this is designed that you can do in the office, just with your door closed, on a few minute break, or at home, really anywhere. So coming to sit, if you want to lie down, you can do that as well. In stillness, in a comfortable position. If you are on a chair, having something to support your back can be very grounding for you. If you just want to sit in an upright position, that's great too, using that core to support you, or laying on your back, just getting into whatever comfortable position feels good to you right now. And we'll close our eyes or cast them downward, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And we'll turn inward and we'll tune in. So as you do this, noticing your breath. What is your breath doing right now? When we think about tending to this mental body, we think about mindfulness, paying attention on purpose to the present moment with that non-judgmental awareness. So using that mental body to help support that emotional body and that physical body as well through this mindfulness practice. So if as you're turning to the breath, you notice anything that you might be judging about it, maybe it's too quick or choppy according to your brain, notice that that's just that mental chatter. Just let it go like clouds in the sky on a breezy day, and come back to that wise mind clarity. Just being that curious observer. I wonder why my breath is doing that. And it's often because of all the stress in your day, So inviting a movement from that sympathetic nervous system, that fight or flight that we often go throughout our days, into a parasympathetic nervous system rest and digest state by controlling that breath, by inviting it deeper into the belly, deeper into the body. And if you know the 3-part breath, you can go into it here. It's like filling up a pitcher of water. It fills from the bottom, middle, and top, and it empties from the top, middle, and bottom. So thinking about the importance of this breath work to just integrate these 3 intelligence centers by slowing down the breath and nourishing all 3. As you inhale and the belly rises, thinking about nourishing that physical body with oxygen, nourishing that intuition center, all the way up with that breath into the heart space, honoring any emotions or feelings without judgment. And then all the way up into the head space, nourishing that wise mind, quieting the chatter just a bit. When we exhale, head, heart, belly. And continuing to do that, those deep breaths, perhaps making the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale, can also invite some more deep relaxation. Knowing that this breath practice is available to you anytime as you go throughout your day if it becomes stressful. And thinking about our quote today, letting go of something old that no longer serves you makes room for something new. Letting go of something old that no longer serves you makes room for something new. So thinking about where that lands in your body, noticing if there are any physical sensations that come up when I say that. Maybe they're emotions, or maybe they're thoughts. Getting curious about what this quote means to you and how you can let go of something, no matter how small, in order to invite something new into your life. And a few more deep breaths here. We're going to turn, still with our eyes closed or cast downward, to our grounding practice using our senses. Once again, this is something you can do anytime you feel agitated or irritated or just not like yourself and need a little bit of a pause. First, bringing your attention to your skin. Noticing any sensations you feel on your skin. Picking out different ones. Perhaps it's the temperature of the room, or your clothes on your skin, or perhaps where it's parts of your body are touching each other. Just getting curious, no judgment here. And then notice what you're resting on. And instead of just feeling it underneath you, feel it support you. Think about it as a support. As it really has you and holding you. And then bringing your attention to your nose and seeing if you smell anything in the air around you. And then to your ears and seeing how many distinct sounds that you can pick up. Perhaps ones you did not even notice before. And if any of them you find irritating, any judgments come up in your head, notice them as a curious observer and let those judgments go. And when you're ready, gently opening your eyes and looking at the space around you, see what your eyes are drawn to. Noticing colors and shapes. And then picking out something in your space that really feels that it can support you as you move forward towards letting go, to make space for something new. And maybe it's just something that gives you some strength or encouragement when you look at it. And if you don't see it in your space, maybe closing your eyes again and see if you see it in your mind's eye. And remember, even if it's physically there, you can conjure it up in your mind's eye at any time. And noticing that feeling it's giving you in the heart space. Using that feeling at any time to support you as you move forward and letting go, to make room for something new. Great job. Okay, let's get up and shake that out. Just doing any intuitive movements here that feel good to you. Noticing your body. Nice job. So let's start out in our mountain pose. So in our mountain pose, we have our feet about hip-width distance apart, thinking about grounding into all four corners of our feet. We say lifting up through the arches, maybe lifting the toes, but imagining pressing down in those feet, putting those toes down one at a time if you want a challenge. Thinking about lifting in those arches as the energy comes up your legs, really engaging those legs, being careful not to lock out those knees. Engaging Mula Bandha, our pelvic floor muscles, squeezing those in, squeezing in our core, traveling up, opening up that heart space, perhaps taking our hands to the front of the mat to encourage that openness. Dropping those shoulders down away from the ears, long spine, long neck. Perhaps tucking that chin just a little to elongate the back of the neck. Crown of the head towards the sky. Strong mountain, feeling every muscle here engaged. Balance between effort and ease. Strong mountain is you channeling that strength as you move forward to let go. And from here, we're going to go into a couple of half sun salutations. So you can follow my lead or go at your own pace. We'll inhale those arms up into a slight back bend. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling, halfway lift, making contact somewhere on your legs, just not the knee joint. Looking down here, long back, 90-degree angle with legs and back. Exhaling, forward. Inhaling, root to rise, bending those knees as much as you need. Rising up into our slight back bend. And exhaling, hands to heart center. Excellent job. Let's do that again. Inhaling up. Exhaling forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling. Inhaling, root to rise, scooping up that energy. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Nice job. One more time. Inhaling up. Exhaling, forward fold. This time, let's just hang here for a second, bending one knee and then the other. Shaking the head, no, yes. Moving it in a figure eight, however you want to do it. Perhaps you want to take those hands in the elbow creases and sway side to side. Just breathing into that back body, using that breath to support you. Letting go of the muscles that you don't need here. Maybe pausing in stillness just for a few breaths. Nice job. Dropping those hands if they were raised, coming up into halfway lift on your next inhale. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, root to rise all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Nice job. Let's shake that out. Okay, so from here, we're going to Face forward again, legs like in mountain. So about hip width distance apart, grounding here. We're gonna raise our arms out into this T-type position. Gonna take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, we're gonna twist over to the left side. Keeping those hip points as much towards the front as we can. Inhaling to the center and exhaling to the other side. Inhaling, exhaling. Going at the pace of your own breath. Nice job. Nice job. We started by looking out to the left. So next time you look out to the left, pausing here. Perhaps you want to look back over your left shoulder, reaching out with your arms. Breathing. Inhaling forward and exhaling to the right side. Really reaching here in both directions with your arms. Maybe looking back if your neck likes that. And coming back to center and shaking that out. Nice job. Let's do our willow tree while we're in our twists here. So thinking about moving that spine in all 6 directions every day. Feet a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. We're just going to start rotating around those hips. So in our willow tree, we can keep our hip points forward or allow them to move with us, getting a little deeper into the stretch by lifting the heel that we're turning away from. Maybe we want to tap our hands on our body to break up that fascia a bit, wake up those internal organs. Nice job. Then we'll slow that down. The breeze is calming on a windy day. Nice work. Okay, shaking that out. So from here, we're going to go side to side. So grounding our feet once again, strong legs, strong pelvic floor, strong core. We'll inhale those arms up, interlacing the hands if that feels good to you. If not, don't need to do it. And then we'll exhale over to that left side. Inhaling up and exhaling to the right. So going at the pace of your own breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Perhaps you want to look up. Perhaps you want to look forward. Whatever feels good to your neck here. Moving side to side. Using that breath to support you. Nice job. Next time you come to the left, pausing, really grounding into that right foot, reaching up and out. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the other side, pausing, grounding into that left foot. Nice work. Inhaling up, and we'll exhale those hands down. Good job. Okay, from here we're going to work a little bit on balance. If you want to have your chair, and instead of raising both hands, you can have your hands on your chair and just raise one arm. So really supporting yourself here, working on balance, remembering that all of the poses are just play. So when we come in and out of poses, we're building new neural connections to work on things like balance. So grounding into that left foot, we'll inhale the arms up and bring that knee with it, up the right leg. Exhaling down, switching legs. Going as quick or as slow you would like. Nice job. Using that core, using that breath to support you. Nice job. And the next time that you come up with your right knee, grounding, notice the stability, right? Perhaps you want to pause a second and ground a little bit more. Even I come in and out of poses all the time. you all might be a lot more balanced than I am today. And giving yourself grace, right? So if you want to hold onto that chair, please do. You also don't have to be holding onto your leg. You could have your hands on your hips, your foot down, a little bit towards the earth so you can come in and out of this pose, whatever feels good to you. And just rolling that ankle. Nice job. Maybe opening that hip a little bit. Perfect. And shaking that out. Nice job. Let's come over to the other side. Really grounding in here to help stabilize you. We'll inhale deeply, and on the exhale, we'll pull that left knee up. Perhaps it's closer to the earth. Perhaps you're holding onto a chair. No right or wrong way to do this. Rolling that ankle one way and the other. Flexing that foot and pointing it. Nice job. And then opening up if that feels good to you today. Maybe using that other arm for counterbalance or on a chair. Closing and shaking that out. Nice work. Okay, so with your chair behind you, we're going to sit back into our chair pose, which is not sitting in the chair yet. We will in just a second. So having that chair behind you, thinking about reaching your arms out. They can be on your hips or overhead, whatever feels good to you. And then sitting back like you're going to sit in the chair, thinking about the knees going back, the back body going back, like you're sitting in that chair, really engaging that core to help support you. And we'll rise, exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that again. We'll inhale up and sit back into our chair. Breathing here. Perhaps these shoulders can come down away from the ears a little more. Perhaps you can use that core to support you. Great job. And then slowly sitting down in that chair if you're not already there. Nice work. We'll shake that out. Sitting up nice and tall. Taking a few deep breaths here, thinking about that core supporting you, that long, tall spine. Inhale deeply on the exhale, pulling that right knee in towards the body and crossing it over for our figure four stretch. Flexing that foot, opening up that hip. Perhaps you want to invite it to open a bit more. Just being mindful of the knee joint here. Sitting up nice and tall. Nice work. Pulling that in and exhaling it down. Sitting up nice and tall again, taking a deep inhale. And on the exhale, we'll pull the left leg in, crossing it over here, flexing that left foot, sitting up nice and tall, inviting openness in that left hip. Be mindful of that knee joint. Nice work. Slowly uncross that. Shake it out, doing any intuitive movements here, being mindful of your neck. See if that wants a little bit of love before we go into our final minutes of relaxation. Perhaps neck first, then shoulders, and arms, forwards and backwards, then wrists. Shaking it all out. Nice work. Okay, so let's come for our last few minutes of relaxation here, an important part of our practice. So we're going to come to a comfortable seat. If you're sitting on a chair and you want to stay there, this time scooching towards the back of it to really feel the support behind you. Perhaps you want to put a pillow in your lower back to help You might want to sit down or lie down. Whatever feels good to you feels good and supported here. And if you're sitting, just sitting up tall, really feeling the support of the chair or your core. If you're lying down, really feeling the support of the floor beneath you. Maybe taking your jaw and moving it side to side for release. Maybe wiggling those shoulder blades a little bit down the back. And then closing your eyes, turning inward again, tuning in, noticing that breath. If it's gotten choppy or a little quick because of our movements, inviting it to slow once more, to come deeper into the belly. And then as a wave of relaxation washes down you, I'll slowly guide you through a release practice, bringing your attention first to the top of your head. Feeling any tension there just melt away. As it travels down your face, all of the muscles of your face release. Down your neck, noticing all sides of the neck soften. As your shoulders glide down away from your ears, feeling any tension melt down the upper arms, past the elbows, past the forearms. Taking any tension in the wrists, palms and fingers out into the area around you. And bringing your attention back to those shoulders that hold so much stress, feeling those shoulder blades melt down the back as the vertebrae release one at a time, traveling down the spine. The heart space softens and the ribs release. The belly relaxes and the hips soften as any remaining tension melts down your legs, past your ankles and feet, and is released into the earth. And then doing a quick scan to see if there's anywhere that's holding any tension or is in discomfort. And invite your breath there, invite your awareness, seeing if it wants to release. And if it doesn't, just letting it know that you are aware of it and you can hold space for it. That might be all it needs. You might notice as you go through your day at some time, it releases. And as we sit in our final couple minutes of silence, remembering letting go of something old that no longer serves us helps to make way for something new. I'll ring a bell to take you into these last few minutes and ring a bell to invite you out to gently close the practice. No need to rush. I'll guide you out. Slowly bringing your awareness back to this place. Maybe wiggling your fingers and toes. If you're lying down, you can come roll to one side and pause. And wherever you are, perhaps thinking about anything you want to take away from this practice to help you let go. Perhaps thanking your body for all it was able to do today, and perhaps just thanking yourself for showing up. And when you're ready, coming to a tall seated position to close out the class. We'll inhale deeply here and exhale. And on your next inhale, we'll raise those arms up towards the sky, bringing them together, and we'll exhale down the midline, pausing at the forehead as a reminder to think kind thoughts. Down to the lips as a reminder to speak kind words. And down to the heart space as a reminder to do kind deeds, not just for others, but most importantly, for your vibrant self. It's my wish that you and all beings everywhere are happy, healthy, safe, and free. And until we meet again, I wish you so much peace. Thank you for sharing your yoga practice with me today. Please check out Virtual Veg Fest Live. Please check out vibrantwithvic.com. And I hope to see you next week or sooner. Bye-bye now.